Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to Apply. All right, so today I have Adrian Reif on the line, and he is founder and CEO over at Renewable Design Studio, and he's author of The Do-Gooder's Guide to Investing. Grow your money while investing in affordable housing, renewable energy, and local communities. Adrian, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Adam. Excited to be here.
All right, so I'm excited to get into your book, The Do-Gooder's Guide to Investing. But before we do that, tell us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Renewable Design Studio, please.
Yeah, so Renewable Design Studio came about after about 12 years of being an entrepreneur and using business to solve massive problems around the world. So actually, I started my career in the finance industry working for UBS Wealth Management, one of the world's largest banks, and slowly grew tired of that and spent a year traveling around the world, came back from that and realized that it was way more fun to give more than I take, and so I started a company called Young Butter. It's an organic nut butter brand that's still around today, one of the leading socially responsible organic nut butter brands out there, and use that to help feed children with malnutrition, offset our carbon footprint, and do a lot of cool things with nutrition in the food. And so over this time while growing these businesses, I just realized that you can apply the same principles from one business across multiple different businesses. And so now at Renewable Design Studio, we basically help people design regenerative businesses that give back more than they take, while carving out a really powerful market niche in whatever industry or market that they are in.
Man, that's super exciting, and I think that it just all matches. So, it matches your book, it matches what you wrote about. So let's just jump right into the book. So the Do-Gooder's Guide to Investing. Grow your money while investing in affordable housing, renewable energy, and local communities. So what was the inspiration for this?
Yeah, about 4 years ago, I started to see a trend. I started to see people come to me and say, Adrian, I know you're an entrepreneur. I know you try to do good. What do I do with my money? How do I make my money, how do I keep it growing, but invest it in things that I might think are hurting the planet or hurting other people or things that don't align with my values? And so I used my past 12 years of experience and said, I think there are a lot of things out there that people just don't know about yet that can earn them amazing financial return. And I'm talking beat the stock market, beat bond funds, while aligning with their values. So whether that's, your local community, whether that's affordable housing, renewable energy, nature conservation, the list goes on. There are tons of investments out there that do amazing things for people and the planet and put into a proper portfolio that can help you grow your money. So I spent the last 4 years doing a ton of research, talking to expert investors because I wanted to get this right on the investing front too. And I put together this guide that basically shows people step by step how to take your money, whether you have $1,000 invested, $100,000 invested, or millions of dollars invested, and turn that into a portfolio that's aligned with your values. It's good for the people on the planet, and you're not missing out on financial returns. So that when you need to draw on that money, it has grown, it has worked for you over time.
So the book is laid out in two parts. So part one, where we've been, where we are, and where we can go. And then part two, setting a course. So we're not going to obviously have time to go into everything today, but I do want to focus on one or two of these. So first off, let's define how you define do-gooder investing in the book.
Yeah, I define do-gooder investing simply as investments that give more back to people and planet than they take. So some investments are extractive, and if you think about this, like we call this cradle to grave or cradle to cradle in the design industry. And so if you have a product we'll just call it a plastic water bottle, we make that water bottle and then we throw it in the landfill and it ends up in the ocean, and 1,000 years later it might break down. That's cradle, where it was born, to grave, versus what we want to try to do cradle to cradle so that are circular. And the same goes for investing in companies that are looking to make a better world and leave behind a better world for future generations. And so it's really simply things that create a positive impact and help restore the health of our planet and people on our planet.
That's awesome. And let's tackle another one. So $10 billion and change. Tell us about that one.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people these days feel like their action might not make a difference. What's one water bottle? What's one more plastic bag? But what I really want to show people is that each of our individual actions has significant impact in the world. Whether that's just you walking into the office every day and shining a smile to your coworkers, that ripples out. And so 10 billion, the 10K challenge is challenging 1 million people to shift just $10,000 each to some sort of sustainable and responsible investment that aligns with your values. That could be some of the poverty alleviation investments that I talk about in the book. That could be microfinance, where you're helping finance a low-income entrepreneur around the world. That could be affordable housing investments, renewable energy investments, whatever aligns with your values and makes you excited. Shifting just $10K towards that. And if 1 million people, and that's not a lot of people, shift $10,000 each, that's not a lot of money, that's $10 billion that have moved our world in a positive direction where people are healthier and our planet is healthier. And so I think it's just it's an illustration that each of us has a much bigger impact than we realize. And when we do this together, we can make massive change.
Man, I love that. And you rarely get that in books. So meaning somebody just doing the math and kind of lay it out in terms of, what even small incremental changes from people that read this book can make. And also, just the buying power, $10 billion is a lot of money, and that's not that many people. So I love it. I love the concept, love the book. We're not going to have time to get into setting a course today, but for the listeners, you should definitely pick up this book because he gives you a very detailed step-by-step guide there. So some of the topics, finding the way, local investing in communities, and poverty alleviation, microfinance, affordable energy, renewable energy, banking for good, food system. I can go on and on and on. Awesome book. Crowdfunding and angel investing. You covered a lot of the hottest topics out there, I would argue, and you paired them with social change and responsible investing. So kudos to you on this work. And so, Adrian, if somebody wants to learn more about the book, The Do-Gooder's Guide to Investing, or also about your company, so Incredible Design Studio, what's the best way for them to follow up?
The first spot I go to is adrianreif.com. That's going to house everything. The second is go straight to Amazon, search Do-Gooder's Guide to Investing, Do-Gooder's Guide. It'll pop up. It hit the #1 spot on the green business category when it launched in November. So we've had a lot of success there, and sales just keep coming in. People keep finding it, and thanks to folks like you for helping share this message. The 10K challenge has already had over $250,000 shifted towards positive impact. So in the 10K challenge, you can sign up for that at adrianreif.com. There's links everywhere. So, and then before we go, I just wanted to mention 3 really quick things too that I think are important that we're all trying to grapple with, and that's we're facing a lot of big challenges, but I really wanted to be solutions focused. I think all of us are really optimistic people, we're really hopeful people, but we also want to know what to do. And so we live on a planet where 6.5 million people per year die from air pollution. 10 species go extinct every day, and still 1 billion people around the world don't have access to electricity and clean drinking water. We can do something about that with $100, $10,000, $100,000 for a portfolio where your money is sitting and growing. And I think it's really cool that we have this opportunity to take action and invest in solutions.
That's awesome, Adrian. So again, thank you for coming on the show. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, subscribe. Leave us some comments in the comment section on the video. Love to engage with you and talk about your thought process on the book, but also on investing to do good. A great concept. And Adrian, thanks again for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Adam.